3D printing, it's amazing. But you want to design your own blobs of plastic, don't you? That's where CAD software comes in. Computer-aided design. Unfortunately for you, Blender isn't really a CAD software, but it can still be used to model 3D prints. You'll first need a couple of plugins that make the whole process a lot easier. You can go to Edit, Preferences, then Add-ons. All you have to do for the first plugin is 3D-Print Toolbox. This is the bread and butter of what makes 3D printing with Blender possible. Here, check this out. So over here, this little toolbar over here, you can go into 3D print. You gotta clean up and transform and export, so you can directly export your formats or your models as STLs, and you can clean up by making a manifold. The second tool that you're gonna need is gonna be Bool Tools. And what this does is making Boolean operations a little bit easier on you. So let's say we got our cube, yeah? Let's add a UV sphere. Move that up, just like so, and we'll set it right there. We'll add a few more rings, put that up to 32. And now, with Bool Tools, you go to Object and then Bool Tools, and then you can do your auto Boolean operations. So you can do things like difference. So now you've cut it. If you're doing the operation onto the cube instead of onto the sphere, you can get a bowl. It's a very strange looking bowl, but still. You can also union and intersect. So this is what it would look like if you intersected them. I finally landed on this, which somehow looks really, really nice. It looks like a nice sine wave going over it. And I landed on the strategy of cutting it first before twisting it and getting the top and the bottom nice and rounded off. It just looks so nice. When you're doing edits in Blender, it's all just little tweaks here and there, because this is kind of Blender's strong suit, is doing these kinds of edits, not being exact on your measurements, because Blender really doesn't handle that very well. CAD software is much better at that. In Blender, you need to consider meters as centimeters, because by default, Blender will display its units of measurement as just an M for meters, and you need to just keep in mind that those are actually centimeters when you export them. I think I got that wrong anyway. I'm not sure what I did. It ended up being smaller later on, you'll see. Now all we have to do is do the export in the 3D printing tab. First we need to select a folder. I'll go ahead and just slap it in the desktop. Yeah, that's fine. It doesn't matter anyway. Export! Exported! As untitled vase.stl. Now if we open up Cura, we can open a file, and we want desktop, that one. Oh, it's tiny. Oh my, hello there. What are you doing so minuscule, That's mighty odd, I must say. Let's make this 1,000 times larger. There we go. Now it's in scale. Yes, quite in scale indeed. There we go. Special modes. Spiralize outside corner. That'll do. The top shouldn't matter at all. We can double check anyway. That looks pretty good. We go through the steps. Ooh, that looks fancy. It looks pretty good. It looks like I'm not going to have any issues with leaking. It all goes straight in, I think. So that means that we did a good job with getting this all formed correctly. Gotta say, quite proud of it. Let me get the SD card. Save. Perfect. Eject it already.
Ah, there we go. Off you go, little fella. Not bad. This looks really nice. Well, this is how you go from 0 to object in only 3.5 hours.